Hey everybody, Mr. Youngman here, and today we're going to be taking a look at how to add motion graphics to our edit inside of Adobe Premiere Pro. To start, we're going to want to download the files that I've provided for our top 5 project. In this case, I've actually provided a total of 7 titles, just in case you went above and beyond and added a few extra items to your list. We're going to start just by clicking on the first one, Title 1, and then we might need to click on the 3 dots and do Open a New Tab, and then we'll be able to press this download button right here. Your screen might end up being a little bit different in that regard, but just hit that download button, and after just a moment here, that should download. Wonderful. But what did we just download? Well, why don't we go ahead and find out? I'm going to go ahead and hit this play button real quickly. And that's it. You'll see we have this fancy little graphic that just shows a number 1 in this case. We also have a number 2, number 3, so on and so forth, for us to be able to transition between each of the items in our top 5 list. I'm going to go ahead and close that tab now by clicking on the X at the top, going down to Title 2, going to the 3 dots and selecting Open a New Tab, going to the download button at the top, and then in just a moment that should start our download. There we go. And then we'll go ahead and close that tab. Instead of making you sit through me downloading each of these, I'm going to fast forward through this and I'll see you on the other side. Alright, and there we go. We have just finished downloading all 7 of our graphics. Next, we're going to go ahead and click on the down arrow located at the top right, move our mouse down to next to one of our videos, and click on the folder icon that appears. I'm going to go ahead and minimize Chrome to get that out of the way. And next, we're going to want to drag each of our videos into our top 5 folder. So I'm just going to drag from here onto top 5, drag here into top 5, so on and so forth, just doing that for each of these. There is a faster way of doing this, but for now, this will work well enough. And there we go. We have moved all those into our top 5 folder. I'm going to go ahead and close my window. Next, I'm going to open up Adobe Premiere Pro. I'm going to go to the search at the bottom, search for Premiere, click on Adobe Premiere Pro, and give that just a moment to load here. Now this might take a minute, so I'll see you on the other side. All right, and it looks like Adobe Premiere Pro has finished loading here. I'm going to go up to File at the top, go to Open Recent, and select my top 5 project to pick up where we left off before. And this should take just a moment to load here, and there we go. Again, we're getting this file importer error in the bottom, but that should go away on its own, and there we go. As always, let's make sure your screen looks like mine. We'll go to Window at the top, go to Workspaces, go to Editing, then go to Window at the top, Workspaces, Reset to Saved Layout. Next, we're going to go to Window, go down to Projects, and select Top 5 Project, or whatever you named your project. And that's going to open up our media panel here, where we can see all the files that we have inside so far. I'm going to go ahead and click on my video file here, and then go to File, Import, and we're just going to click on Title 1, that's the graphic we just brought in, and press Import. And again, we'll go to File, Import, Title 2, Open. I'm going to fast forward through this, and I'll see you on the other side of that process. And just like that, we have finished importing all of our motion graphics into Adobe Premiere Pro. Next, we're going to figure out where we want to place this. My list starts at number 5, so I'm going to be starting with the number 5 graphic. I'm going to go ahead and double click on the film strip icon next to Title 5 to open that up in my source monitor. And then on my timeline, I'm going to find the spot where I start talking about my number 5 pick. So I'm just going to click on my timeline here to move the playhead to the part where I think my number 5 is about to start. Let's see if we got it correct by pressing play.
My number 5 pick is Super Mario.
And that's perfect. That's exactly where our number 5 pick starts. I'm going to go ahead and click and drag this film strip icon right here up to track number 3. So leaving a little bit of a space, but putting this right above the start of my video clip here. And let's see what that did. I'm going to click on the timeline here to rewind, and then I'm going to go ahead and press play.
Started. My number 5 pick is Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo. The reason I picked this one is...
And that ends a little strange. So we're going to take a minute to fix that by clicking on the end of our video here, the one that we just added, holding Shift on our keyboard and pressing the letter D. And that should apply a default transition, but if it doesn't, that's okay. We have another way of doing this. We'll go to Window at the top, go to Effects, Video Transitions, not Video Effects, silly mistake on my end. Then we'll go to Dissolve right here. Cross Dissolve is located right here, and we'll just drag this onto the end of our video clip, and that will do the same exact thing. If we need to get back to our media to find our graphics, we'll go back up to Window at the top, go to Projects, and go to our top 5 project, and again, this will take us back to where we have all our files. At this point, I'm going to encourage you to save early and save often. So let's go to File at the top and go down to Save. Next, we're going to go ahead and find our number 4 spot on the timeline. We're going to repeat the same exact process, just clicking on the timeline to find where number 4 starts and pressing play.
At number 4 on my...
And that's exactly where it needs to be starting. Wonderful. I'm going to double click on title 4, and this is going to be dragged from the film strip icon up above our video where that cut is, and that's going to do the same exact thing as before. I'll rewind so we can play this.
Fight and a castle in this game. At number 4 on my list, I picked...
And I'm being very intentional about lining this up with the beginning of each of these video sections to hide that cut. And that's kind of one of the big benefits of using these graphics, is it's an easy way to hide your cuts. At this time, I'm going to go ahead and apply my dissolve at the end of this video again. So clicking on the end of our graphic here, holding Shift on our keyboard and pressing D, and that should apply our cross dissolve. Again, you can get to it that other way that I showed you as well. And again, let's take a look at what that did.
...a castle in this game. At number 4 on my list, I picked Mario Odyssey for the Nintendo Switch. This one is really...
So we're just going to repeat the same exact process for each of the remaining picks in our top 5 list. I'm going to fast forward through this, and I will see you on the other side. All right, and there we go. We've added each of the motion graphics titles for each of our picks in our top 5 list. So you should end up with at least 5 of these purple video clips on your timeline by the time that you are finished with this process. In order to receive credit for this assignment, we're going to move our mouse onto our timeline, press the tilde key to go into full screen, and we're going to take a screenshot, making sure I can see all 5 of your purple clips here. So we'll press Windows F10 to take our screenshot, and then we'll press tilde again to close our timeline. As always, let's save early, save often. So we'll go to File at the top, go down to Save, and then we can close out of Adobe Premiere Pro. Turn in your screenshot on Google Classroom to receive credit for this assignment, and I will see you all back in class. Bye now.